How you doing, everybody? I'm Daryle, the Bearded Dragon with dadsanddragons.com, and welcome to episode 11 of the Hoard. Episode 11. Last time, I thought it was only episode 9, so I didn't properly celebrate 10 episodes, and now we're on 11, so we have to wait for 20.
Wow, way to fail.
Yep. You didn't help. You didn't say nothing.
Seth wasn't there to remind me.
Way to go, Seth.
Yeah, it's all my fault, really.
We commented about that. Did you watch it? We really trashed you in that episode.
Yeah. No, that's.
Someone had to.
I didn't really expect anything else.
Now you're here, so we have to trash someone who's not.
Like Jeremy.
Like Jeremy.
Can't stand that guy.
Or Mark.
Oh, Mark's the
That guy
worst.
bailed on us. He used to be the guy. Anyway, how's everybody doing?
I'm good, Daryle.
Good. Seth?
Primo.
You're doing all right? Good. So we've changed up the format a little bit. As you can see, we got 3 of us now. This could be a regular thing, right, Seth?
Oh, yeah.
All
We're
the
stoked.
time?
He's always going to wear the fuchsia shorts as well.
Yeah.
Fuchsia. Pink. Salmon, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And Nathan, wearing your dress as usual.
Yes?
Why?
Because I believe that fish have the right to life.
How does wearing a dress have anything to do with that? I guess it's just different,
Check
right?
your privilege.
It's like, how does putting tape with an X over your mouth mean stop? I don't know, whatever it is they're protesting. What do they protest when they do that?
I'm not going to tell you if you don't know.
Okay. Well, anyways, I think everything, really.
If you don't know, go to dadsanddragons.com and find out.
You won't find out there because I don't know, and I'm the one who writes there. So, unless you're going to start. Are you going to start?
You're going to have to go to the website and find out.
Okay, do it. Do it up. All right, why don't we move on to the game since Nathan's so gosh darn excited about keeping this thing under 15 minutes, which isn't going to happen, but we're going to try. Right?
Yes.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Okay. All right, so first game that we're going to look at, it just came out. It's called Escape! VR: The Basement from developer Sourcinity. I think that's how you pronounce it, Sourcinity.
I think it is.
Or Sourcinity.
Well, if you really focus on pronunciation, you got to go more like escape. You know, you really got to give it some gusto.
So you mean I shouldn't say the exclamation point?
Yeah, you got to kind of.
You should say more
Escape VR.
Yeah.
But I don't want to escape VR. It should be Escape the Basement
punctuate
VR.
it's like escape VR.
But I'm just thinking about the title. It should be Escape the Basement VR. Because I want to escape the basement, but I don't want to escape VR.
Touche.
Right?
Touche.
Yeah. But if you're not sure yet, okay, Google, do we want to escape the basement or not?
Nope, we're good.
Okay. Nathan keeps setting off Seth's phone with that, so I don't know which camera to look at, so my eyes are going all over the place here. All right, Escape the Basement is obviously an escape room sort of game, and
It's an Oculus.
it's on Oculus Rift. It might be on Steam too. I didn't think to check beforehand, but all of our games today are from the Rift, so they may also be on Steam. It is an escape room game, and it's actually a pretty good one, pretty decent.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it?
Again, I think we did an escape last week, didn't we? Kind of, wasn't it? The Survive. Survive was kind of like an escape room, yeah. This is definitely, I think, more escape roomy.
Yeah, this is definitely escape roomy.
Yeah. So you start off, you're in a cell, like in somebody's basement, I guess.
As most basements have.
Yeah, I know. I never even look at a place unless it's got a cell in the basement, right?
With plenty of DNA scattered around the basement.
Yeah, nice little
Wrong
dungeon,
game.
you know.
Oh,
Wrong
different game.
Different game. So you start off in the cell and you got to figure out how to get out of it. And if you can see this video that's playing on screen, I've cut out the answers, so you can safely watch this without
Hey, this is my
having
game,
anything
isn't it?
spoiled. It is.
I'm trying to break open the battery, but
Yeah, and then you're trying to electrocute yourself with
yeah,
it too.
yeah, like hey,
But it
will this
didn't
work?
work.
No.
So and that's the sort of thing in this game where it is pretty good in that the puzzles are kind of good and they're pretty well thought out and they're neat and each area is connected and sometimes you have to go back to a previous area to get something to solve in the next area. So I like that aspect. I like that you can interact with multiple things, but I find there's enough things that you can't interact with that kind of annoy me, right? And I don't like that you can pick up a hammer and it just goes through everything, right? Like I feel
Yeah.
like if you're gonna make it so you can pick up a hammer, you should make it so the hammer.
It's
can
not
break
just this
things.
game; it's a lot of games.
Yeah,
Same with like the fluid bottles and whatever. I wish you could like take the cap off or like whatever. Like
Yeah.
more than one interaction with like.
yeah,
Each
right.
object.
Because it's set up so like you can pick it up and like you say that there's a cork in the top, right? So you feel like you should be able to pull the cork off, but then you go to try to do that, and then the thing just switches
Yeah.
hands, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to smash it, and that you can get
Yep.
the cork off that way.
And it's
but-
really not just this game. It's most VR games in general that are like this.
Well,
most.
I
not all.
I don't know that I'd say most, but I'd say most that seem to be made by probably very small. Like I don't know that this is a very small team, but I'm strongly suspecting because it's got that feel to it. But in spite of that, it's still it's good.
Yeah.
Right. I had a lot of fun
Yeah.
playing it. I found
Yeah.
the puzzles are really good. It's short though. There's only 3 areas, and the ending is pretty conclusive. So I don't think that you can extend it.
Yeah, really, like the only thing is really the paper cranes for like if you want.
Yes,
to find
you can find all the
of them.
paper cranes. It says something on the end about
multiple exits?
how many exits you found. So I think there might be another exit. And in fact, there actually is a door with a keypad beside it that I never ever
Yep.
went through.
I couldn't get through it either.
So there's got to be another exit somewhere. But
So, yeah, there's some
that'll-
opportunity for
that'll extend the
replayability then.
gameplay a little bit with what's there. But I was thinking for like future DLC or anything, there's probably not going to be a whole lot there, unless maybe they just give you a different escape room altogether, right?
Yeah, maybe.
It'd be
Like some
nice.
of them do. But anyways, the game is $13.99, which that wasn't the one I had you guess, was it?
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. But
But
so,
it was far more than I'd pay for that game.
Far more
I
than you
enjoyed that game,
Yeah.
but yeah, I wouldn't pay $14 for it.
yeah. Seth, what do you think?
I think it's about right. I mean, it's kind of hard to get under that, especially on like an Oculus game. I
Yeah.
think, but I think it's at about that.
I think,
bracket
well,
of-
because I mean, there are some games on there that come in around $5.79. I think is about as cheap as they get. I mean, you might find the occasional like $1.99 or something that's just like a really silly throwaway game, but for any sort of experience that's more, $5.79 seems to be the low point, and I think that's where this one probably should be, unless they're going to be giving DLC, right? Like more levels, more everything, right?
That could change my opinion if there was DLC coming and
Yeah.
there were more levels coming. I could see myself going over that, but as it stands right now, like that $5 mark is pretty much as far as I'd go.
Yeah, and again, this is the other problem with the escape room games is there's not a lot of replayability in them, right? Like once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. So it might take you an hour to do the entire game the first time, but it's going to take you 2 minutes the second time, right? Because you just you know exactly what to do, right? So so yeah, I think $13.99 is a bit high, but then again, if you have a lot of money and you don't really care, and you really like escape rooms, this is a good one. So check it out.
Sounds good.
All right, the next game that we looked at, I looked at more than you two because you two got sick.
yeah.
So, and even I got sick too after about 45 minutes, but you guys were sick pretty quick. And that is Detached, and it's from Antshar Studios, not to be confused with Oswe, who makes the Antshar Wars games for the Gear VR.
Yeah, that would be confusing.
Yeah. So, anyways, Detached is a game where you're like in space and you've got like this suit that lets you like jet around, and you go into different sections of a space facility and it's like all shut down. So you're going around and reactivating.
It's been detached.
Whoa. Anyway, you're going around and you're trying to reactivate like the power and shields and I don't know, just all
Collect
kinds of
oxygen.
all kinds of stuff. Yeah, there's like oxygen modules and shield modules and fuel modules flying around that you got to pick up so that you don't like run out of fuel and die and stuff like that. You get different boosts too, like different like upgraded abilities. Like initially, so you go forward by pulling the trigger on the left controller, and it's pretty slow. You get like this sort of short jet burst, right? Then later on you can get a bigger burst, right? That has you go faster, right? And there's a shield you can pick up. Later on you get some rockets that you can fire at things. I kind of expected that there was going to be enemies. If there are, I hadn't run into them yet. They're for like shooting at shields and stuff like that. So like that shield that's on TV right now, you can fire a missile at it to deactivate it.
Nice.
I don't know specifically that shield, but that's what you do with the
What I liked
missiles.
about this game was the fact that you really did feel like you're in a helmet. Like when you're looking around, it's like you.
Yeah.
Because some games try to get that across. Some are more successful than others, but I found this game like I really did feel like I was inside a big spacesuit.
Yeah, and it almost feels too big to me. Like it feels like I'm in like it would be like a big huge dome like this. Like we're like that's how much
what
room
I
you've
found
got, right?
too.
And I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. I don't recall seeing the suit before I got into it, so I'm not sure what the dome looked like.
I think my whole problem is like the helmet combined with like the steering mechanic, like the way you have to turn your body or whatever. Like that's what makes it like so nauseating for me.
Yeah, and so the way that's done is your right stick is kind of like basically however you turn. If you pull the trigger, however you turn or move your right stick is how your body's going to rotate. So, like if it's funny because you get all these games that teleport around in VR to prevent motion sickness from any motion at all, and this one is just like screw you and your motion sickness. I'm going to make you do everything that they said you should never do in VR.
Yeah. Mind you, if they added a gravity to this game, I would have puked my guts out.
If they added what?
If there was gravity in that game, like if I could turn and fall, I would have puked my guts out within 2 seconds in that game.
Yeah?
Yep.
I don't know if I would or not. Like I say, I got about 45 minutes of play into this before I had to stop because I was just like, you know, like it's getting to the point where I can't just push through anymore. And I'm pretty good for that kind of thing. Not a lot of stuff makes me sick. I can do first person full locomotion, Windlands. I don't know if either of you have played Windlands or not, but it's like a grappling hook. So you got full motion. You can run, you can jump, you can swing. I can do that no problem. But this one, it's the twisting and the turning and stuff. And I try to keep it nice and slow, but every once in a while, you know, you just get a little what?
Nothing.
You get a little bit excited. And you lose control a little bit, and that's when it really hits you in the stomach. So, what? What is wrong with you? All right, Detached is $28.99, and I know Nathan thinks that's terrible.
Yeah, it's way too much for that game. I feel like I don't know if the game probably seems long enough. If it was around that $14 mark, I'd be way more into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's about twice the amount I would be willing to pay for that game.
See, I think it was like at the $21.99 price point. I think I'd like that better. And I mean, it is a very, I don't know, like the concept seems kind of unique and like that it hasn't really been done before. So I can see why, and it looks good. It's so nauseating for me that I couldn't pay that much money for something that I couldn't play.
That makes you sick. So I tend to agree $28.99 might be a little bit high. I'm not in Nathan's camp by any means. I don't think it's twice what it should be. And to me, it also depends on how much of the game is left. I haven't played through the entire game. For all I know, there could be a few hours left to play, in which case it is very much a full, complete game, right? And so in that case, you know, it's worth the money, right? The money was put into making the game, right? Like it wasn't quickly tossed together,
That's
right?
clear.
So
Yeah.
the developers need to make their money back, right? And on a game like this, especially, they have to price it high because not a lot of people are going to be able to play this, I think. So
Yeah, might be a fair assumption.
Yeah,
the good thing for the developers is there's no refund program on Oculus Home like there is on Steam. So if people buy this game and they puke their pants, that's just too bad for them. So
moral of the story is, if you get motion sick, do not buy this game. If you're not prone to motion sickness, like Daryle here, it's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, well, keep in mind that I'm not prone to motion sickness. Not a lot makes me sick, but I did get motion sick with this. I had, after 45 minutes or so, I had to stop. So, yeah, I mean, you know your stomach. If you get sick from like turning in a game, for instance, if you need the click turning in a movement game, then you don't want to try this.
No.
At all.
True story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, otherwise, though, it is a good game.
Yeah.
It's cool. It does a really good job of being in space.
Very graphically appealing.
I got to be perfectly honest with you. I'm getting sick to death of seeing space in VR because I feel like every game is in space, and that's something I never thought I'd say, is that I'm sick of seeing space, but I kind of am. But this game does it really well, and it really makes space feel huge and like really open, and drifting around in space kind of just feels very...
Yeah, I did kind of float for a while, just like, I don't know if that was Jupiter or not. It kind of looked like Jupiter.
Yeah.
But I just sort of floated there
yeah.
and like watched the planet for a while. That was kind of fun.
It's pretty like, peaceful and relaxing and stuff. So that part I like, and so to say it, so it does space well in a you know, in VR where space is just way too overdone. So $28.99, pick it up if you can stomach it. If you even think you can't, then you probably can't. That's what I would
True
say.
story.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate, I think.
Yeah. All right, and the final game that we're going to look at today is Twisted Arrow, and
Not Twisted Metal.
not Twisted Metal, Twisted Arrow. And this game advertised itself as a full FPS, I'm pretty sure is what it said. FPS anyways was in there. So I'm like, that's awesome, because I was literally just today thinking, what was I playing? I was playing something and I was like, oh man, why? I think it might have been
Frogger?
Detached.
Oh, no, Detached. Okay.
Detached when I was playing it. I'm like, if I can move around in this game freely, you know, why can't I have a proper FPS? This one is not that. It's not a proper FPS. It's still teleporting, and even worse than teleporting, it's predetermined points only that you can teleport to.
Yep.
So when I saw that, I was like, frig. But I decided to download it anyway and try it out. And I have to say, in spite of that, I really like this game.
Yeah.
I really do.
It was all right.
Nathan thinks it's all right. I think that this game is probably... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to say that this is the most entertaining game I've played, I think, since Robo Recall.
Wow.
Now, keep in mind, I'm not saying that this is therefore as good as Robo Recall or better than Robo Recall, but
That's good.
since Robo Recall, it's probably the best game I've played.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go that far. but I
Unless
did
I'm
have-
forgetting something. I can't, but I don't know. I just really liked this game.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
reminded me a lot of old school first-person shooters, and you know, I really get nostalgic about video games.
really
so
do.
I really do. A lot
really
more than
don't.
most people don't. No, you don't, and you never have, and I've never understood that about you.
Yeah.
You're like, if it's more than a week old, I don't want anything to do with it.
It's not entirely true. I did play the crap out of Civilizations 2 for like a decade.
Yeah. Which is weird.
It is weird.
Yeah. And Skyrim. You'll play that
Skyrim,
over and
yeah,
over
I
and
just
over
beat
and
it
over
again.
and over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand you.
Yeah, it's because you're not as good as me. But
That's right.
I'm not going to blame you for that. What I will say about this game is it's priced right.
Is it? Yeah.
It's, you know
That's
what?
true.
It's one of the few times that I'm like, this game is exactly what I would have liked to see it priced at.
Yeah, pretty much. I said to him, how much do you think this game is? Or what would you pay for this game? And you said $16. And, well, it's currently $16.99. But it is also on sale. So not necessarily going to stay that price forever. But it's there now. So, by the way, the developers, Phaser Lock Interactive. I don't think we said that.
Seth did. You just didn't
Did you?
listen.
Okay, I wasn't listening to you.
Thanks.
Okay, good. Seth, what are your thoughts?
On Twisted Arrow, I thought it was good. Like I don't think I'd say that I had as much fun with it as like Robo Recall.
And again, I didn't say it was. As good
Yeah,
as
no,
Robo, right?
but like it was a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah.
I have like, a few criticisms with like some mechanics and whatever. I don't like the predetermined teleportation stuff.
Yeah.
But no, it was a lot of fun. Like the whole bow mechanics, like very satisfying.
Yeah.
The accuracy
See, and
is
that,
good.
yeah, that's the other thing is I really love the bow and arrow games, right? And this one, it gives you what, like 6 different arrows, I think.
Yeah.
So there's like your main arrow, and so the way the game works is you've got these different arrows, and you've got an energy meter, and each arrow it tells you. So you use your thumbstick on your right hand, and it brings up a little selector dial, and each arrow tells you how much energy it's going to use, right? So you got varying ones like ice arrows, arrows that split into multiple arrows, an arrow that plants a mine somewhere if they walk too close.
That's my personal favorite.
Right? Yeah, and then there's like this like super big explosive arrow for like big enemies or just large groups of enemies or whatever, right? So you got that, and they're constantly dropping energy refills, so you don't really have to worry too much about overusing. Mind you, I was playing on easy too, so I suppose if you play
I also played
harder,
on easy, so
I didn't realize there was difficulty, so I was probably also playing on easy.
yeah, probably on harder difficulties they drop less of those, but. I was just trying to get a feel for the game. I wasn't really looking for a challenge, but yeah, I mean, it's like one of the problems Nathan had is the AI is not super smart, whereas I kind of like that because again, it reminds me of old school games where specifically I'm thinking like it's don't take this analogy too far, but I like the AI in like GoldenEye where you could sneak up on them and like shoot them in the butt or like shoot them in the hat and they don't even turn around and see you, right? Like
I guess also consider that we were playing on easy, so maybe it got
again too.
Yeah,
like
the
AI might get better on harder, but I just find bow and arrow games so satisfying when they're done really well, because
there's satisfaction to it for sure.
Yeah,
fully agree.
Feels like you're actually doing something.
Yeah,
that's real.
And explosive barrels everywhere, so like you can shoot the barrels and then blow them up. And you got like the towers that got their searchlights going, and like you shoot them, and, like one hit and they explode, and like nice. I mean, they're cartoony, but they're big explosions, and I don't know. It just seems really good to me. It's like the only thing I think to me that's missing from this game is full locomotion. Like I want to be able to move. I want to be able to walk with my left thumbstick. I want to be able to, but I guess I can't turn with my right thumbstick because that's my arrow selection.
It is your arrow selection.
But whatever, I can turn with my body, I guess. So.
What?
That's right.
We have to get that extension cord. Then.
Yeah, I need an extension cord for that, but whatever. But yeah, that's really it for me. Like otherwise, it's a great game. I mean, it's not super realistic or anything. So if that's what you're going for, if you like hyper realism, then you probably don't want this game. But it's just it's fun. It's a first-person shooter, even if it doesn't have full locomotion. There's lots of explodey stuff, lots of action.
Yep.
I can't even imagine.
It's pretty. It's a pretty good game. It's no Call of Duty, but then again, I haven't really seen a lot of VR games that are at that level yet. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the day that
probably get you to try Onward. That's a Vive game, not a Rift game, but it's. I mean, it's not Call of Duty level, but it's.
Yeah,
I think it's.
But that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to when VR gets to that point of, like, we're at the Call of Duty quality of game. I'm crouching. I can actually go around things. I can duck for cover. I can get, I can go prone, and not to mention the workout you'd get in a game like that.
I mean, that already exists. You can do that. You can go prone. You
but
can
there's
duck behind cover.
There's no benefit to doing that in that game because everyone's shooting over here.
Sorry, in this game, no. But I'm saying there are games.
Oh
where you
yeah,
can do that already.
There was a game that we played that was like that, to some degree.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but no, there's even better than that. Yeah.
Well,
anyway, we'll talk about that on another show.
Indeed.
But so anyways, Nathan doesn't want me to do this, but I'm going to throw out an honorable mention here for another game that came out. We don't have any video of it, but there's a game that came out called Reflex Unit. It was out on the Gear VR last week or the week before. It's now out on Rift. Crossplay between the two. It's a really cool like tank mech sort of game where you just like drive around these villages, and in single player you're trying to take out.
You destroy the villages, subjugate the people?
No.
Oh.
No. You drive around and you destroy other robots, and then you got targets that you're trying to take out on each map.
Villagers?
Or whatever. No.
Oh.
Bad guys.
Okay.
And then there's multiplayer mode where you like just kill each other. It's just like a deathmatch. You can have up to 4 people in it, and it has cross-platform with Rift and Gear VR. So hopefully, if people buy this game, there'll be lots of people to play with. So if you have a Rift, buy it. If you have a Gear VR, buy it. It's good.
You should tell them your username again so that they can.
Yeah, my
you,
username is there goes2, or Brangles_beard.
which is my name.
Yeah, that's your name, but it's on the work computer here.
It is.
That's capital BRENGLES_beard.
Yep.
And yeah, so add those if you want to, and play that game because it's a lot of fun. Seth,
Yeah,
you agree?
and make sure that you check in later so you can watch me beat Daryle.
Yeah,
in this game.
we're gonna do that tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get that video up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And tomorrow for us is today for you. So
Whoa! How does that happen?
I know, right? But
It's amazing.
yeah, no, it's a really good game. It's $5.79.
Oh, I like that price.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's really solid.
I've never
price.
seen the game before, but you know what? It's already impressed me with the price.
There you go.
To be honest, I would have paid more for it. Like,
Yeah, I'd probably have paid
Don't
$10
tell them.
for it.
I'm
But
still- don't raise the price on it.
very important, very important. It says that it supports the new controller on the Gear VR.
Lies.
No, it does, but don't do it. Use a regular controller. Use a regular controller, or don't. If you don't have a regular controller, skip it. But if you do, buy it.
Also,
Good luck
if
for
you
everybody
see a player named A_hat, that's Bill Nye the Science Guy. Don't play with him. He still hasn't had that debate with me about Star Wars versus Star Trek. So, Bill Nye, I'm going to make sure that no one plays video games with you until you have this debate with me.
He's probably crying now.
Probably.
Yeah.
He should.
bit of an
You should.
ultimatum, really.
Yep.
Yep. So anyways, that's good. That'll about do it for today.
Indeed.
We would love it if you would share it around Facebook, Reddit, Twitter, MySpace.
Snapchat. Seth is on Snapchat. He's
I'm
going to
on
tell you his.
Snapchat. Yeah, well, Daryl's on Snapchat.
I
now,
just
too,
signed up.
you know?
I didn't know it was for. I literally thought it was only for sending nudes. I had no idea that it had other purposes. So Seth says it does.
I never
unless
said.
he's
I
tricking
never
me.
said. I never.
No,
said that.
he never actually said that it wasn't only about that.
Didn't he?
No.
I
No.
swear he did.
No.
Seth, if you send me nudes, I'm gonna be upset.
But anyways, come back next week and you'll get to see the party couch with the couch boys here.
Party boy!
Party boys. And yeah.
And me.
He's in the mom chair.
I'm on the mama chair because I'm the boss. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next week.